For those who've been paying attention, there's been evidence that they've been doing this stuff since the early days of Biden's term in office. Watch these two videos released by the White House on the same day last year, and pay close attention to Biden's physical appearance and his voice.
Folks, as we fight inflation, you can't be pro-insurrection and pro-cop. Bringing down gas prices is a big part of the job. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American. And here's the good news. Gas prices have dropped every day this summer. That's more than 40 days in a row. Donald Trump lacked the courage to act. We now have 40,000 gas stations in the United States where the price of gas is $3.99 or less. The brave women and men in blue all across this nation should never forget that. How do we get the price down?
Will the real Joe Biden please stand up? Just as the frail and rasping Biden who debated Trump is clearly not the re-energized Biden from the campaign events, it's clear that these two Bidens are not the same man. Easier to control actors and deepfake AI puppets than real leaders elected by we the people. With an AI deepfake, they don't even have to use the same actor all the time. And the actor doesn't even have to resemble the person they're supposed to be. They just switch out the actor and add a deepfake on top in post-production. The Democrat deceptions don't end there. Wait till you hear what a former CIA chief of disguise has admitted about what they're doing while she was at the agency. And a Biden granddaughter has a bombshell admission about how the elite are using her grandfather in a Weekend at Bernie's style hoax.
Oh, she knew so long as she was denied. You have to right the market a little bit here.
It's so easy to tell which one of those is the fake Joe Biden and which is the real Joe Biden. Look at this zoomed in image on his neck. Is that the strangest thing you've seen, as there are clear differences between the past Joe Biden and the current Joe Biden, not only in their political stances, but also in their facial structures. The mouth is different, smile is different, teeth are different, chin is extremely different. So many differences that can't just be explained by aging. It's more than that. Also, the signature is significantly different. It looked like they tried to copy it out of a grade school book rather than the real signature of Joe Biden. How would it change so much, and why would it get worse? Clearly the first one was better than that one. We'll take a look at this. If you look at the CIA body double standard, you can see they have perfected these types of masks. You can put them on someone and not even know that you're talking to someone wearing a mask. That's how clear it is, and this is from decades ago. The technology now is so unbelievably sophisticated that you can literally go in public as almost any human being, and as long as your facial structure is close enough and your voice sounds similar enough, no one's going to be able to tell. That right there is extremely scary, and it's being used way more than we're even being told.
Masks that are so good, that are so realistic, that you can actually get up close and have a personal contact with someone for an extended period of time. They're good enough that you can brief the President of the United States in the Oval Office wearing a mask. And he isn't sure if it's you or if it's someone else. Those masks were the beginning of a whole new generation of work that we did at the CIA.
That's the former CIA chief of disguise. She is revealing everything, as Joe Biden is not going to be the man on the debate stage. He is nowhere near capable of that. With the age, with all of the gas, with all of the problems, Joe Biden may not even exist anymore. We don't even know if he's still alive. That right there is extremely scary, as the people controlling our government are not only running things into the ground, they're making billions of dollars doing it. All of it's controlled. All of it is part of this big plan that they're running to try to enslave all of us. It's very scary, and I certainly hope people start to wake up before it's too late. I'm Matt Wallace. Make sure to follow the notifications on to see the next video.
North Carolina, and he was a very conservative guy who was very, very.
Oh my gosh, that's a mask.
African Americans.
Holy cow!
He always had fights.
If you're wondering what that looks like from the front, consider Exhibit B.
You can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it. Bullshit.
Joe Biden is less a president and more a travelling theatre production, requiring multiple actors and teams of makeup artists and deep state masters of disguise to maintain the deception and pull the wool over the eyes of the voting public. It all sounds like the perfect scenario for former President Obama. who admitted that he would love to serve a third term by having a puppet in the White House.
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
Unfortunately for the global elite, average Americans are now waking up and realizing that Biden is a fraud and a fake. Even his own family are keen to throw him under the bus. His daughter Ashley recently accused him of sexually molesting her as a child. The media called this out as fake news and Russian disinformation until Ashley testified to a judge that her diary was real. Biden's son Hunter calls him Pedo Peter behind his back. And now his granddaughter, one of the lucky ones he chooses to acknowledge, says he died in 2019 and has been played by actors ever since.
My grandfather, Joe Biden, does have a twin. And that twin is currently pretending to be Joe Biden in the White House. So, unfortunately, my grandfather, Joe Biden, passed away about 4 years ago. But, you know, he had built up this really long political career, and my family still wanted to have a bit of power in the U.S. government, so we just replaced Joe with his twin brother, Beau.
These are critical times, and here at The People's Voice, we're determined to expose the elite and hold them to account before it's too late.
We're going to provide clean drinking. And unlike the other guy, we're going to stand up. Protect and defend our democracy. It's more than anything else. That is freedom.
I thought he had blue eyes.
What you did last night, but I spent 90 minutes on the stage and debating a guy who has the morals of an alley cat.
I can't believe the American people can't see through this.
That means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine. The brave women and men in blue all across this nation should never forget that.
I can't believe the American people can't see through this.
So it was Brent Scowcroft, John Sununu, Bob Gates, Dan Quayle came in, and I was there wearing a mask. It was the end of a 10-year R&D program to develop that mask. So I briefed the president, and he did not know. But I must say, when I took it off, he loved it. I always thought he was a very emotionally kind of flat guy on a TV screen. Well, he was not emotionally flat. He thought this was very fun. And the White House photographer, who had been in there the whole time, she came out and said, "Excuse me, what did you do?" And I said, "I can't tell you, it's classified."